Welcome back, boys. So today we are doing some developing for a client that I recently got. She sent me, it was 9 rolls and pretty easy money, bro. Just get to develop some film and see what they have and then scan them and send them off to her. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do tonight. Okay, these are her rolls. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've already developed 2 of them, so 10 in total, times, I'm charging her 15 per roll with scans. That's 150. Takes me about a day to do all of this, and it's literally shit I already have. No startup cost, anything. So that's pretty sick. Okay, so before we jump into developing for Lillian, we're gonna do a roll from the EOS Rebel XS that my girlfriend shot at a shoot with my friend Matt in his F80. Developing film at home is actually quite simple. You can buy like a little kit with Cinestill where you get the dev chemicals and these bottles, and then you also get two pitchers, and then all you need to get is this thing. I think it's called the Jobo Unitink 1520. So it's pretty sick, actually. It's all able to be done at home. You don't really need a dark room. As you can see, I have like a little changing bag that you can change everything in. So you do it all in the dark. It's kind of hard the first few times because you can't really see what you're doing, but it's pretty straightforward, and I'll just run you guys through it today. It wouldn't be possible without this. So you basically load your film onto these reels. You can either do 2 rolls of 35, or I prefer to just do 1 because sometimes it can develop unevenly. And then after you have it on the reel, which you're supposed to do in the changing bag, you put with that side down, side with the spokes or whatever, and then you can get this on here, lid, push down, do all that, and then you can take this lid off, and it's still protected from light, so you can pour your chemicals in there without having to worry about your film getting exposed to light. And then you do a bunch of inversions and stuff, which I'll show you guys in a minute, but this is the most important piece to developing film at home, the Jobo 1520. So for now, since it's kind of like supposed to be done in the dark, I can't really show you guys anything because I can't stick a camera in there. I can't really do anything. So I'll catch y'all after I get the film on the reel, and then we'll get to mixing some chemicals and stuff. So, deuces. Alright boys, just finished up getting that first roll on the spools, and we're getting ready to throw some chemicals at it. Let's get to it. Okay, so step 1 is after you've gotten your film onto the spool and in your canister or your tank, you're going to take your dev bottle. You're going to pour about 500 milliliters into a pitcher. Give me 1 second. Okay, there's my 500 milliliters. And then you're going to take either a Cinestill TCS 1000, which is used to circulate and heat up fucking shit. And then you're going to take your Cinestill TCS 1000, clip it in, like so. Put a little clip on the back, get that locked in. Obviously I have to plug this in, but you're going to turn this on, it'll circulate your chemicals and heat it up to 102 degrees, and then you can pour that into your Jobo, and I will run through how to do that in just a second. Alright, so you're going to hold the power button. It's going to turn on. You can see in the top right corner, full focus, or not. Set to 102. I'm going to go 104 just so that I have time to get it from the pitcher into the Jobo. You know. Cool, so you're going to press the button. It's going to start circulating and heating, and I will catch y'all when it's ready. Alright, once it hits 104, it'll do its beeping thing, and then we will pour. Cool, there we go. Turn it off, hold the button. I use like a little old cooking pan that I don't need anymore. So you basically just unclip, kind of foamy, kind of annoying, but dump the excess, throw that on your pan or whatever you want to use. You could use a cardboard box, whatever. Now we have our Dev chemical. Remove the lid from your Jobo, grab your Dev, pour it in. I barely ever use all the chemical that I mixed. As you can see, there's some in the remaining chemical. Put your lid back on, nice and tight. Make sure you kind of push. It's kind of a shitty angle, but for the first 10 seconds, you're going to do constant inversions and agitation. 8, 9, 10. Cool. And you're going to tap it on a table, whatever, and then every 30 seconds for 3 minutes you are going to do that 4 times. Coming down to the last 2 inversions. Okay, we have completed the first step of chemical stuff with the Jobo. So now we will pour our Dev chemical out. Hi Daisy. Hello. Pour the Dev chemical out back into the pitcher, and you can reuse this. Now that we have poured the Dev chemical back out, now it's time to mix our Blix. So basically repeat the same process with your TCS 1000 or equivalent, and we're going to go do that in this pitcher. There is our Blix. I'm going to grab the TCS 1000 or move the pitcher over here. Cool. And I'm going to throw the TCS 1000 in there, and I will catch up with you guys when I have it in the Jobo. Once again, I'm going to set the temp to 104 just so I have time to move the Blix into the Jobo. So, start this bad boy up. It's going to beep in just a second. There we go. Turn it off. Cool. You're going to take your TCS, kind of get rid of that excess Blix. By the way guys, this stuff does absolutely reek. It smells like bleach, and yeah, same with the Dev. The Dev also smells like bleach, so definitely not a pleasant smell, but it's better than paying $35 to get scans and roll done. So we are going to pour our Blix in here into the Jobo. Cool. We got our fluid in there. Probably can't really see that. There we go. There you go. Cool. And then we're going to throw our lid back on and make sure it's nice and tight. It'll be 8 minutes with 10 seconds at the beginning of continuous agitation, and then 30-second intervals every 30 seconds. There we go. Cool. Okay. So now that we've completed the inversions with the Blix and Dev in the Jobo, you're going to dump out your remaining Blix into your Blix pitcher. Try to get most of it out of there just so things are a bit easier when you're washing your film. Okay, so now we've got our Blix out. We ran through the Dev, and we ran through the Blix. What's next? We gotta wash it. With water, tap water is fine. Just take it over to your trusty sink. Jesus, it's bright in here. Kitchen sink, whatever you may want to do. You can either fill it up and dump it 7 times, or you can leave it under running water for 3 minutes. I prefer to leave it under running water, but just in this case, I will be doing the dump method. So the first dump, things kind of look a little bit yellowy, you know, not really like water. You're cleaning your film off, so make sure to get it all full. That's 2 dumps. Okay, so grab a pair of scissors, preferably a film squeegee. You can use, excuse me, a microfiber. And I have a film drying like rack thing. I really like this. It's really helpful just to air dry, you know. But if you prefer, you can just hang it on like binder clips on a string or something. But this little drying rack was like 10 bucks on Amazon, so might as well get it. It's really helpful. All right, time to open up the Jobo. You're gonna pull this red thing, this red like ring, I guess, up on all sides. All right, it's now open. Cool. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pop this open. I kind of need 2 hands. All right, now we have gotten our negatives out. Can't really see anything just yet. Let me pop this top off of here. Cool. Let me set you guys down, and we'll unroll these, and then take a look at them. Oh shit! Forgot to grab the fucking scissors after I just told you guys to grab scissors. As you can see, not really on camera, but we have negatives. Definitely a little bit underexposed. They're from my girlfriend's camera. So, sorry, I'm kind of just looking at them in the light. The way I like to do it is I will squeegee them, get as much water as I can off, and then I will cut. Also, you can get this film squeegee on Amazon for like maybe 10 bucks. I'll link it in the description. I'll link everything in the description, just so it's easy for you guys to find and know what you need and what you don't need. Okay, that's probably good. Special appearance. Girlfriend.
Kidnapped. Help me.
Aria will now demonstrate how we use the film hanging rack. Oh, okay, so you clip on the bottom, little weighted binder clip type thing.
So it doesn't get all rolled up and terrible, so you can't scan it.
Good job. Good knowledge. And then you clip it at the top so that it can air dry. And we will rinse and repeat with the roll we just developed. That is hers. And mission success.
My beautiful roll of film. That half of it is underexposed.
Not half. It's not that bad.
Nah, I think it's only like 1 full strip, but you know.
Yeah, there's like 1 strip that's like pretty underexposed, but
besides that,
pretty
not too
good.
shabby.
Pretty good. Yeah, we will follow up when things are dried, and I'll show you all how I scan it. Totally forgot to mention this, but you can dump your Blix and Dev back into your compression bottles. So, yeah, these chemicals are fully reusable up to 24 times, which is pretty sick, honestly. It's the next day. Film has been dried. Last night, I low-key kind of scanned like 3 pieces of it and forgot to film, but it's ready to be scanned, so I'm gonna run you guys through that. So the first thing we're gonna do is take a non-scratch like lens wipe or lens cloth and just go over your film, make sure there's no water spots on it, because when you scan, that will most definitely show up. So kind of just go over it a couple times, make sure you're getting all of it. Cool. We'll do it with the other piece. Make sure it's all clean, and I highly recommend you get obviously a non-scratch like nice lens wipe, or else you will scratch your film and that will also come up in your scan and it will look like shit. So I learned that one the hard way. So I have the Epson Perfection V500 photo. The other options are kind of the V550 or the V600. I got this just because I found it on Facebook. pretty cheap. I think I paid like 50 bucks for it. Came with all the cables and everything, and it works really well. I think it's great. So your options are this, the V550 or the V600, which the V600 is nice, but it can get up into the $300 or $400 range, and if you're looking for something nice and cheaper and easy to get, I'd opt for the V500. Alright, so once we have our hands on a scanner, we're going to head over to the Epson website and look for their support on scanners. You're going to download, obviously, whichever photo scanner you have. I have the V500 photo. I already have the software, so I'm not going to download it, but this is where you guys will go. I'll leave this link in the description. Okay, as you can see, I don't have a film holder yet for the scanner. It's actually getting delivered today, so I've just been fucking putting electric tape to hold up the negatives, which works until you get bored and fucking annoyed of it. But you guys have already downloaded the scanning utility, and hopefully you have a scanner and all of the cables. So once you have your scanner, it either comes with one of these cables, or if it doesn't, you need to go get one. You're going to plug it in to the back. After you've gotten it plugged in, obviously take the other end and plug it into your computer. Okay, now for the most obnoxious part for me without my film holder. I've already cleaned my negatives. You can kind of just wipe them down with, like I showed you, a lens wipe. I'm just going to do one at a time for now. However, you totally, once you have the film holder, you can do two at a time a lot easier because it'll be in perfect alignment. So, for me, taping this to the top, grab the other piece of tape and tape it to the bottom. You're going to want to try to, like, if you're doing the tape method, which I highly do not recommend, try to keep it off of the film as much as you can. Like, just get a little tiny bit on the actual piece of the film, or else it'll show up in your scan, which is really fucking annoying. So we're going to close the top. Alright, now that we have successfully connected the scanner and my Epson scan is opening, I'm going to show y'all what settings I use for what I would like to think are the best results. Well, first of all, you're gonna it'll put you in full auto mode originally. You're gonna come over to this drop down and go over to professional mode, and then change the document type to film, color negative film, and I mean if you're doing black and white, you can also do black and white. Positive film, I think it'll leave it as a negative, but with this, it automatically converts it to a positive, so that's pretty cool. 48-bit color, honestly, I don't think it really matters if you do 24 or 48, but I prefer 48. And then as far as resolution goes, 2400 DPI should be more than enough. I mean, if you're looking to print your film, like if you want to do a big fucking huge print, I'd probably go up to 3200 or 4800, but for social media and sorts, 2400 is probably more than enough. I use the Unsharp mask, a grain reduction, and then the digital ice technology. The digital ice technology is kind of like a dust removal thing, and also kind of helps with grain. So what we're going to do now is go down to preview, click it, and if everything is good, you should hear your scanner start doing some stuff, and then you will get a preview of what your scan is going to look like. So it's been about 30 minutes and I finally got the scanner to work. I literally just had to restart it. I kept trying to troubleshoot different ways, but here, I'll show you guys what the preview looks like. So you're going to click preview. And the scanner will do its thing. It's an old software, so it sometimes takes a little bit, but preview scan in progress. Just give it a sec. And boom, there's our preview. So you can see my electric tape is in the scan. The scan like film holder thing is actually out for delivery right now, but what you guys are going to do is you're going to select this, try to keep it away from the borders or else it will end up looking red because it does auto white balance. So yeah, so kind of cut in. That looks good to me. And then we're going to click scan. Cool. And it usually takes about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm just doing one piece right now, but you can do two. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm only doing one piece. So, yeah. Okay, so the scan is completed, and next I'm going to show you guys how we split this big strip up into smaller frames in Photoshop. Okay, so we are here in Photoshop. We are going to open our scan. Where did it go? There it is. Here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to go up here to View, Guides, New Guide Layout. So on this specific scan, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exposures. So you're going to do 1 column and 5 rows so that you can make a guide for each individual exposure. And then we're going to go over to our drag tool, move this up so that it aligns. Do the same here, here, and finally here. Boom. And then we're going to go over to our slice tool and select slices from guides. And it's going to make each of these into an individual image. Now we go to File, Export, Save for Web. I don't like to use optimized. I feel like it kills the quality, which I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it does. It makes a smaller file size. So once this loads, you'll select original. Now that it is loaded, we select original, zoom out, and then you're going to shift click on each individual frame. Boom. These are the settings that I like to use. I like to use maximum quality, quality 100. I don't use optimized or progressive, and then you will click save. I save usually to a desktop folder. I have a folder because these are my girlfriend's photos, so I save these in here. Boom. And boom, there we go. And boom, that is how we develop our film, scan our film, and edit our film in Lightroom and Photoshop. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.